This is life when the righteous are in authority.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
This is life, and the Lord's elect to rule.
Look at it. Still turning. Blue and proud. Esau really thought he would pull it off.
Man, he tried.
We can finally enjoy our offspring.
I'm winning. Not if I catch you first. Love you. Whoa, spin to the sky. I see you, princess. Looking royal.
Let me tell you a little story about our deliverance from Babylon.
I could linger here forever. The world feels lighter when the river sings.
Now this is life more abundant.
We can finally rest.
On this surrounding world, we can finally rest.
Smells good over here, brother. You know it. Just wait till you taste it.
All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah.
Yes, sir.
The earth was never overpopulated. It just wasn't ran properly.
To good friends and new chapters, and to the courage it took to get here. May we never forget it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's better than I expected.
Chapters and old friends.
To courage and joy.
And to us.
Cheers. That's lovely. Grateful for nights like this.
Always.
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
All praises to Yahweh.
All praises to Yahweh.
Bahashem, Yahweh Shah.
All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
To Israel.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well and teach well. And peace, love, and salutations. And peace, love, and salutations to the men, women, and children out there keeping His word and sincerity and the truth. Today I got a in transit topic. It dawned on me yesterday, but it's going into what they call a bought lesson. And I guess I get the definition first. I got it up already. Yeah, I do. It said, well, I asked, what is a bought lesson? It says a bought lesson is a hard-earned life experience, often gained through a mistake, failure, or hardship that teaches you a valuable truth the hard way. Well, before I even looked up the definition, I've been, over the past few years, I've been having my own bought lessons. But when I go into it, when I was talking about it, I was talking about bought lessons as in like spending money. But when you look up the definition, it's more than just spending money. Like I said, I'm gonna read it again. A bought lesson is a hard-earned life experience, often gained through a mistake, failure, or hardship that teaches you a valuable truth the hard way. So he ain't had no money involved right there. Well, at least at the beginning of it, because then down there in quotation, he got paying for it through personal hardship. Well, he ain't say nothing about finances then. But yeah, what made me think of it was, before I thought about my situations and what I had to pay for financially, with my paid for lessons or bought lessons, I had a friend of mine. He's going through a bought lesson as we speak. He had a situation where, Eve, dealing with Eve. And, it's everybody got their own friend groups, so forth and so on. We've been telling him to stop dealing with this woman. He had 2 different ones we told him to stop dealing with, but one of them ended up pressing charges on him, and it's crazy because he stayed with you. And I think he even got on child support and staying with her, but it ain't on paper. But she done pressed charges on you, ain't said a word, you laying next to her every night. And then you messed around and get pulled over, come to find out you got a warrant. Now you locked up. And now and this coming after she done stabbed you. She done pulled a weapon on you. You still messing around with her, but somehow people got to learn the hard way, and about lessons, learning the hard way. What it say? That teaches you a valuable truth the hard way. So you can't be dealing with that woman, man. Now he got to learn the hard way because he got caught with some stuff on him, nothing major, but you shouldn't be doing it anyway. But now you got the domestic violence, that's a misdemeanor, and you got caught with whatever you got caught with. Now you got a felony, so you got to get bonded out. Now you got to go to court for this, and you might have to. Hopefully, it's a first offense. You got to pay this, pay that, court fees. Missing out on work, and then he been trying to make some stuff shake for him because my brother got 2 children. But messing around with Eve, he had a new job to start Monday. It's Thursday now. He got him out, I think yesterday. No, probably Tuesday. But yeah, he supposed to start you a new journey Monday. But you got locked up Friday, spent Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in jail. So now that's out the window. So he learning the hard way. And then going back to my own, not listening to myself, I would say the voice in your head that's speaking reason. Something might be going wrong or giving you signs that it's gonna mess up, or making a mistake. It might not necessarily you did nothing wrong. Like me, I like to put my own hands on stuff and figure out how it works. Now that don't mean I'm gonna just go in completely blind. I know somewhat of what I'm doing, but one time I went in and turned one bolt too tight. Ended up costing me what it was about $700, and it's coming after. I'm thinking I know what I'm doing, work with a machine, but it's way much smaller and intricate than a car. You end up trying to do the same thing you'll do for a car, spending $650. Been paying for it and paying for it, but then it made me think about us as a nation. Bought lesson, you got all this stuff going on, and we done been shown time and time again what happens, like following other guys, not doing stuff the way Yahweh Shai wanted us to do. And one of the brothers was going into, he was speaking on the war, but no, not this one. He was talking about our people worshiping other gods. Like throughout history, Jake has always done that, and we done been learning the hard way, even all the way to this day. And one of the last ones he brought up was in Exodus. The Lord led us out of Egypt. He just showed all them signs and did these wonders. I put all these plagues on Egypt and then led us out. He said these people, like this, the same people that had a chariot, being a shield by day, shielding them from the sun, being the cloud, that shade, and then at night being a light. These people had this power. They was being shown power right then, after the plague's been put on Egypt, and they still. When Moses went up to the mountain, what they do? Start worshiping other gods. Say these the same people. Somehow people just can't get it, and it's not meant for them to get it. They got to learn the hard way. It's gonna be a bout lesson. And let me see. I think that's why I wanted Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 7 and 5. I think it's in the NLT. Oh yeah, Ecclesiastes 7 and 5 in the NLT. Well, I'll start at verse 4. A wise person thinks a lot about death, while a fool thinks only about having a good time. And so even now, in today's time, all people want to do is go and party. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. When the brothers get together, we eat, we watch fights, watch sporting events. You know, we kick it. But that ain't all we worried about. You know, we have our time. We had the ministry, we do the work. Brothers got their own lives, you know what I'm saying, to tend to, their own overhead to take care of. And then brothers, you know what I'm saying, we organize. Brothers set dates. And then be like, okay, we're going to do this on this day. That way everybody had time to, you know what I'm saying, free up some time in their schedule if they have it. And so brothers can kick it, no fellowship. But that's all Jake want to do all day, every day. And I know somebody like that, you know. Look, E. But yeah. Like I said, it ain't nothing wrong with that. Like when we be out on the block Friday, Jay come through with the motorcycles or the old school music blasting. They say, ain't nothing wrong with it. You been at work all week. No, we understand. That's your time to unwind. Jay got to go to work all week, handle this, handle that. Then probably been through all type of drama. You know what I'm saying? You know how you do. Then you got children to look after. This your time to take some time for yourself. Have a little drink or something, go kick it with your partner. I say, we get it. But that ain't what it's all about all week long. But you know, we know how it is, captivity. Some Drake, that's what they look for. Just look for that Friday or Saturday night at the end of the week, just so they kick back, because we in captivity. It's always, you always getting the squeeze put on you. But verse 5, it's better to be criticized by a wise person as to be praised by a fool. It's dealing with their criticism or their correction. That's like in KJV, it says rebuke. We'll be dealing with our people. We be telling them like the brother. I'm in my situation. Well, not my situation, but the brother that I know personally. You know what I'm saying? We'll be getting on this case. You shouldn't be doing this. Shouldn't be doing that. You know better than this. You know better than that. The brother just won't listen. He said he'll sit there and tell you right. You right. Man, I don't know what I was thinking. And then he go right back to doing it. But now you done got it to where, hey. Now you got some paperwork on you. Now it's gonna be hard to get out of it. If you're gonna get out of it, you gotta hope that the judge just drop it. If not, now you finna have to pay for that financially. And then it already cost you an opportunity. And we gonna see what happens. You gonna see what happens after that. It says we got our own walk to walk. And what's Sirach? I think 2-3. Sirach 10:3. An unwise king destroys his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And see, this is like now, an unwise king. We've been under an unwise king before. Just going back to the example in Egypt, man, up under Pharaoh. They had an unwise king, and then an oil king, he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart to not let us go, no matter what kind of plagues got put on him. And then when we was getting led out, let's say Moses done parted the Red Sea. Like I said, we got that chariot. That dumb ass still chased up behind us, man. He's just not wise. Like you had all this stuff happen to you. The ocean done split, where the sea done split, and they got a chariot with them. And you still gonna chase them. It's not wise. But that's who was ruling over you, keeping the squeeze on you, and then making it harder for you because of what Moses was telling them. It's like now, they putting the squeeze on us. You working the people into the ground, making it hard for people to make ends meet, coming up with all these laws and stipulations. ain't nothing safe to eat no more. Hell, even back in the hardcore slavery day, man, they'll barely feed us. They'll get a slave just enough to get through. That ain't productive. And just like now, man, ain't nothing safe to eat. Even if you try to eat right, you know, you got your fruits and vegetables. Now they talking about the vegetables ain't safe to eat. People starting to come back to trying to eat right. Now they ain't safe no more. I said, what the people gonna do? I said, even brothers been talking about this lately. Well, they done said it a while ago. You could be like one of us, man, trying to do everything you can to at least eat right, and you still got to detox. So just imagine the people that ain't doing nothing or don't care nothing about their diet. But man, here in America, this is gonna be the last bout lesson that we gonna go through, man. We gonna be all right after this, and so we gonna have to go through what we gonna go through. You know, the world is sick, the earth is sick, because we got an unwise ruler. I'm saying they ain't just screwing us over, they're screwing over nature. Nature tired of them. The trees, the animals, the vegetation, everything tired of them. But yeah, man, it's gonna be the last bout lesson that we got. It's gonna be a bout lesson for Esau after this. Any other nations. But once again, I'm gonna give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, the GMS who rule well and teach well. And peace, love, and salutations to the men, women, and children that are keeping the word, sincerity, and the truth. Shalom. We almost home. We almost home.